I'd like to talk to you about specific loss benefits. Under the Workers' Comp Act, an injured worker is entitled to a number of different benefits. Certainly wage loss if they're off work, and medical should they treat for the injury. But there's one other thing, and it's called specific loss. And this encompasses a number of different things. This can encompass an amputation. This can mean disfigurement, otherwise a scar on your face, or else loss of hearing. These are all specific loss, meaning that you're entitled to X amount of money for X body part, etc. Now, one of the exceptions is if you have disfigurement, in other words, a scar on your face or neck, there's no set amount you're entitled to. And in those cases, what we do is take you before a judge who views your scar and decides how disfiguring it is and makes an award based on that. But when you have an amputation, there is a schedule, and the schedule tells us exactly what you're entitled to, be it this finger or the foot. There's a schedule, and you get what you get, and sometimes we can settle these cases, but you can't get around the fact that if you lose your hand, you're entitled to a certain amount of money, and that's it. One of the unusual things about specific loss benefits is that they're paid in weeks. So what does that mean? I mean, you don't get $25,000 for a hand and everybody gets the same. Everybody doesn't get the same. This seems a bit unfair, and I always thought it was, but the law has never been changed. So you get paid based upon what your average weekly wage is. In other words, the higher your wages, the more you're going to get for that body part. So someone who earns a very high living might get twice as much for the same body part for someone who works for, say for instance, minimum wage. That's just the way it is, and there's no way we can change that. But there are a lot of intricacies to this. So if you lose a body part, you should call an attorney, because there are ways to get you extra money if you have another disability related to this incident or this accident. And we can perhaps put a package together with the insurance company to get you fully compensated. Also, be aware that a lot of these injuries are caused by perhaps faulty equipment, perhaps by the negligence of a third party who may have maintained that equipment. And you may have a cause of action or a lawsuit against that company. Because when you lose a body part, it's gone forever, obviously, and you should attempt to recover as much as possible.